So how are the chuds handling the announcement that Trump is getting indicted? I imagine they're calm, collected, just waiting for all the facts to come in before they speak out.
How do you do it? You take if you got a pile of crap and you chop it up 34 times, it's still a pile of crap. It's duplicitous charging. They're trying to smear the guy. They're trying to take cases that nobody else would take and resurrect them.
Linz went from this.
All I can say is count me out. Enough is enough.
To this.
DonaldJTrump.com. Go tonight. Give the president some money to fight this bullshit. This is going to destroy America.
In just 2.5 years, he went from I'm done with all this to give Trump money and go riot in the streets. Wow. Quite a character arc. I'll tell you what though, girlfriend. You had it right the first time. Trump will destroy us and we will deserve it. Has anyone checked on Fox News? Do we know how they're doing?
Go back and read Lincoln's second inaugural address. Now, in the midst of an actual bloody civil war. Now, after that, was his speech all about vengeance? Putting Robert E. Lee and Jefferson Davis in jail? Hell no.
You know, I'm starting to think one of the major reasons Republicans don't want to teach American history anymore is shit like this, right? So Lori can steer you wherever she wants in any given moment for whatever she needs from you at that time. And if you don't know history, okay, yeah, sure. Abraham Lincoln let them all go. It was a great time. Reconstruction was a great time to be alive. Of course, Jefferson Davis was locked up. The guy was an insurrectionist. This is 4th grade. This used to be 4th grade level. I don't even know what the 4th grade is now in this culture war. You guys even have books in the classroom besides the Bible?
Us every single day. And this is a city, I spent a lot of time in Europe, that is falling apart. I went into literally CVS the other day, and you can't buy Tylenol because it's locked behind these glass counters because there's so much theft and there's so much looting, there's so much homelessness and crime, but yet their attention is going after Donald Trump. Little girl.
In this totally real story, Laura forced Eric to go out and get her some Tylenol for her cramps, and he had to get an attendant to get behind the glass, and that was an inconvenience for him. And because of that, Daddy should go free. Eric Trump logic. I mean, if there's chuds out there, you probably get it. I have no idea how these two things are connected, but I'm Eric, and I can't understand why they're not locking people up who steal medicine. Dad, can I play the PlayStation now? And then later in the interview, he just kind of gives up.
The weaponization of politics and of the justice system. We've seen it with the FBI. We've seen it with the DOJ. We've seen it time and time again. At some point, the guy deserves a pass.
Well, Hillary Clinton got a pass.
Nah, I'm not going to do the Eric Trump anymore. Just trying out my gums. I don't know how that dude walks around all day with his gums out. But here he's just like, come on, give him a pass. Of course he did it. Let it go. And then Hanny's like, Hillary too. Eric just wants to get back to Hogwarts, man. Revelio. Cat turd, Phil Buchanan from Florida, as he doesn't like to go by. You know, most of the time, chuds don't name themselves right. It's just like Patriot Burger Dad, Patriot Jet Ski Rider, or whatever. Always has the Patriot in it. But this dude got it right. Cat turd is perfect for him because all this dude does is pump out shit. The biggest political backfire in history. Sure. Donald Trump's responsible for 2018, 2020, and 2022. That's 6 years Republicans have lost their asses. And in 2022, any other year with the inflation, the gas prices, everything else, that would have been a huge swing. They would have got the Senate back. They would have got at least 60 seats in the House. But nah, Kevin McCarthy has to turn over the keys to MTG just to keep a speakership because they only have 10 or 16, I don't know what it is, people. So my advice to you, chuds, maybe don't get your news and opinions from a guy hiding behind a pussy cat. Let's check in with the other brother, Donnie's namesake. I'm sure he's taking the news well. He's probably not freaking out. His drugs aren't locked behind a glass case at CVS like you, Eric. Nah, he has to go around the corner. That's where he gets it, in the alley. In the alley around CVS. No glass case.
I was proven even more right than I would have ever imagined because apparently You know, Soros-backed Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg is actually indicting my father. So let's be clear, folks. This is like communist level shit. This is stuff that would make Mao, Stalin, Pol Pot.
Dude, are you crying? Or are you just super high? Both. Both. It's both. I'll bet any of you, 1,000... Look at it. You watch Junior videos and your hands just start going wild like him. I'll bet any of you $1,000 right before making that video, he just typed in, name me some dictators. And then he just read them off. And the chuds are like, yeah, we know some of these people. Sure.
My heart is broken. I had some tears in my eyes.
If you squint real hard on this thumb right here, you can kind of see the holes. You can kind of see the holes in the fat where the tears would come out. And that just breaks my heart. Let's call it all off. We don't want this thumb guy crying, right?
We're crossing the Rubicon here.
This is a political Rubicon that has been crossed.
They have crossed the Rubicon.
They've crossed the Rubicon. These chuds actually, in their mind, they think Trump is Caesar. They think a draft dodger is Caesar. I know, it's wild, right? How long before Eric Trump goes on Fox News and says, the Democrats are locking the Rubicons behind glass at CVS. They won't even let us have the Rubicons. Rubik's Cube? I don't know. Glenn Beck, huh?
Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time.
Glenn Beck asks where the decent Democrats are. And I think I can help out. I'm a pretty decent Democrat. I pay my taxes. I was a little late because I woke up with a hangover, man. Drank a lot of Woodford. While doing the live show last night. Doing a little bit of celebrating, you know? 6 years coming. 7 years coming. A lot of edging going on. Waiting for this criminal to actually have some ramifications for his actions. I guess you could call it a democracy hangover, my guy.
People better be careful, and that's all I'll say about that.
Uh-oh. Tucker Jr.'s threatening on there. You better watch out. You better watch out. Jesse'll get you. That's just the sign they hang at Fox News when a new intern comes in. When a new 18-year-old girl intern comes in. Watch out. Watch out for Jessie Waters. Speaking of young and underage girls, I wonder if Matt Gaetz has an opinion on this.
Faced unfair persecution yourself by our powers that be in our justice system. But
hold on, I gotta stop Lori right here. Unfair persecution, she says. Matt Gaetz went into the DMV after hours to print out fake IDs for underage girls so that he could bang them. Party of law and order. Party that wants to protect children. Matt Gaetz. Unfairly persecuted. 15-year-olds? No. Get out of here, Bim Bart. Take your kid out of here. This isn't a 15-year-old for him to knock up.
Bragg just, indicted a former president for the first time in our history, and yet they don't have to tell the American public right now why, for a few days, just to keep the drama going, I guess. Your reaction to just that aspect of it before we get into more?
It seems to leave a nation on the edge as we witness the Sorosification of the criminal justice system in this country.
Old Chester here has turned their favorite anti-Semitic trope into a verb now. Chud gets pulled over for speeding. Cop must have been on the payroll for George Soros, you know what I mean? 25 years ago, this was old and tired. No, I don't mean Laura's penis head right there. I don't mean that. I mean the George Soros trope, right? Find something else. This shit, this thing's been going on longer than me. Longer than I could even remember.
Weaponize the legal system, and I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to stand for it. As a civil rights attorney, I am donating my time to President Trump to help him fight these charges. This is outrageous. It's a crime to have this indictment filed against President Trump.
When Martin Luther King gave his I Have a Dream speech, I think this is what he meant. We need to protect white trust fund reality TV stars who use campaign finance illegally and then cover it up to pay off porn stars. I'm pretty sure that was in the notes to the I Have a Dream speech. So continue doing the good work. Fox News guy who I don't know who you are.
It's not open for debate that we live in a police state.
I agree, Dan Bondingo. Trump clearing out those protesters with gas so he could do a photo op with a Bible? That did remind me of a police state. Oh, that's not what you're talking about? Oh, you mean having a full trial and presenting evidence and all that. That's what constitutes a police state. Okay, sure. I mean, honestly, at this point, I have no idea what episode of The Mandalorian it was, but I just want to see that clip of Jabba crying again. Put it up.
My heart is broken. I had some tears in my eyes.
At the end of the day, all these MAGA chuds owe this poor lady an apology. She did this for one day, and they made her a meme. I don't even know if it was a day. It was one picture, right? We've been listening to them cry, literally cry, for 3 years now. Get a life. Move on. You talk about Trump derangement syndrome. I would say a symptom of that is tears for 3 years. About an election that happened 3 years ago. About crying when he goes to jail for fraud. I mean, there's your TDS, my dudes. So with the much more severe Georgia case coming down the pike, and half a dozen other cases, including an Epstein one, I just have this to say to you, chuds. I have this message for you, and take it back to your people. Show them and let them know.
Ladies and gentlemen, leaders and fighters for freedom and liberty and the American dream, the best is yet to come.
DonaldJTrump.com. Go tonight, give the president some money to fight this bullshit. This is going to destroy America.